Kerr and Clark Kellogg, welcoming you to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Flash?
We know he has a short fuse, so a hard foul, a bad call, anything that goes against him can set him off, and he really needs to try to maintain his temper.
He just doesn't seem to be able to help himself. As much as they've tried to get him to cut down on those outbursts, they still keep coming from it.
For the Pelicans, happy to be here in New Orleans right now in the midst of a homestand. In the Western Conference, currently holding on to that 8th slot, hanging on to their postseason plans.
Well, the season series has been an exercise in futility for this club this season. They've lost both of the previous matchups. They'd like to stop that streak right now.
They don't want to go down 0-3 to these guys. I can guarantee you that. And because of that, Steve, I think we're going to see a fantastic effort here tonight.
Now, here's Lillard, down to 5 on the shot clock, and that one's good.
And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate.
Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
And I think the sort of issues they had on defense, in part at least, was a bigger factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was on the road. You have to be sharper when you go out and play as a visitor.
Yeah, everything has to be tight. Can't be loose in any aspect of your game. You're fighting against the crowd and the opponent. You've got to be tougher, mentally and physically, if you're going to win on the road.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
A big part of the success of LaMarcus Aldridge is his versatility. He can play power forward. You can slide him over and move him to the center spot, but he's very difficult for anybody to handle. Almost 7 feet tall and extremely skilled.
The free throw drops for Aldridge. Well, going back to Aldridge for a second, he really does have the skill set of a power forward Clark and the body of a center.
Yeah, that versatility is really impressive. When you think about a big guy guarding him, he can take him outside and utilize that jumper and quickness. And then if he has a smaller guy, he'll back him down and work him over inside.
The New Orleans Pelicans come into this one after the win against Memphis.
That was a heck of a performance for them offensively. There were some stretches there where it just seemed like everything was falling for them.
And it wasn't by accident they shot it that well. Their ball movement was excellent. That was the key to me.
Here's Roberts. His last outing, he had 8 points. Gordon with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Well, Eric Gordon, when he's healthy, is really an explosive and efficient scorer. He's able to spread the floor with his three-point shooting, and he is relentless in attacking the rim for hoops when he's healthy.
Here's Flash, defended by Gordon. Shot's good from Manning.
And guys, I'm not sure if you saw the story, but he was really prodded on social media from a legend of a player prior to this game.
And it appeared to come out of left field somewhere, but it definitely made a splash around the NBA. A lot of people wondering how he's going to respond.
Here's Evans after the made shot from Manning. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Shot clock at 5. Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night. And Gordon standing just 6'3", but with his powerful frame, he's able to power his way off into the rim.
Yeah, he's so good using his strength to get inside and draw contact to get to the line and finish plays in which he's been fouled.
Here's Roberts, right now averaging 5 points a game. And there's the feed to Davis. Left side, Gordon. Batum with the steal. Here's Manning. Shot misses. Some solid defense from Roberts. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Rejected by Manning. They get it back and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, for those of you who've been sleeping or under a rock for the last few years, Anthony Davis, the #1 pick of the 2012 NBA draft, is 6'10" with a 7'6" wingspan. the all-time NCAA freshman record holder for blocks in the season, and a potential superstar big man in the NBA.
And for Davis, outstanding in the NBA from day one.
Yeah, defensively, an elite shot blocker and rebounder, and offensively, very talented as a ball handler and finisher. He just needs to get stronger, and as he grows, as he matures, I think Davis will be a perennial all-star.
Here's Roberts, following the basket by Thomas Robinson. Roberts, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Roberts got his first basket.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trail Blazers retain possession. Robin Lopez is checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. The dive for the ball, and stolen by Gordon. Here's Roberts. He's guarded by Lillard. Anderson passes to Roberts. Roberts gets the screen from Amundsen, and the call will be against Robin Lopez. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast, but I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Matthews, he's checked in for Batum, and it's Williams in for Lillard. Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
Well, some neat defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
Lopez inside, covered by Steamsma. That's good.
Great-looking bounce pass to set up that play.
There's a minute 47 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Roberts. Gordon with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Amundsen, good.
So that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Here's Flash after the made shot from Amundsen. No good from Manning.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
1:03 left to play here in the first. Roberts dishes to Amundsen. Clock at 6. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Shoots the 3, and he gets it to go. No problem on the 3 from Manning. Flash has got 5.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
And Roberts kicks to Gordon. .32 seconds left here in the first quarter. But they get it back. Here's Roberts. He's guarded by Williams. Pass to Manning, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Pelicans trail by 3. Here's Batum, right now averaging 7 points a game. Evans with the rebound. On the court for the Trailblazers, the forwards are Batum and Thomas Robinson. Damian Lillard out there with Flash, and it's Aldridge in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Roberts. 6 on the shot clock. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Eric Gordon. Gordon's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
And also, if you watch him on the defensive end, you can see how tough it is to screen him off a play. I mean, He goes through it, around it, or under. He finds a way to shake off screens.
Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him no choice but to foul there. Well, it clearly was a tough rookie season for Thomas Robinson, guys. He really struggled to find his shot, and right now is trying to figure out how to score effectively in the NBA. I just think it's going to take him a little time because he's undersized as a power forward and not quite skilled enough yet to play the small forward spot.
Now here is Davis. A 14-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Batum against Evans, and finished off by Davis.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And for Robinson offensively, do you think he can turn it around, Steve?
Well, he's got a lot of athleticism. I think he's best suited as a rebounder, a guy who can come in with great end, probably off the bench, but he doesn't have a polished offensive post game at this point.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Flash in the last outing against the Spurs got down to business. He ended with 32 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. It was a matchup that he took over, and he seemed to be able to do whatever he wanted out there. We'll see if he can sustain it, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing, Clark.
Yeah, I agree. I was just glad I got a chance to witness it. It's always such a special night when a player of his caliber gets so locked in and focused.
And you know, in an 82-game season with so much talent, every once in a while, everything's going to click. And that was definitely the case that night.
Anthony Davis, the #1 overall pick in 2012. An interesting note here, guys. He and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist were the first college teammates ever to be selected with the first and second picks of the draft. Bet you guys didn't know that.
Gotta love it.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Steamsman's checked in. And Clark, you mentioned the 2012 draft. Also, when you look at Davis and MKG and then Bradley Beal, also the first time that 3 college freshmen, Steve went 1, 2, and 3.
And not to mention all 3 players coming from the SEC.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, strange, but a lot of promise from that draft. A lot of good talent, and I think it bodes well for the league going forward.
Here's Roberts following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Evans left side. Kicks it out to Gordon. Releases, and it's rejected, but he gets it back. That one rolling around and rims out.
Now, he thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Flash, defended by Roberts. No good from Manning.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy. Just really working hard on the board.
6 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Lillard. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Thanks, Doris. And, folks, the halftime show is coming up next. And then it's on to the third quarter. We'll step aside right now.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Hello and welcome. With playoff seeds hanging in the balance, let's recap the first half for you. Plenty of hustle from the Pelicans. A nice job of sharing the rock, making plays for one another offensively. Eric Gordon still rolling strong tonight after the win against the Grizzlies. 13 points and also collected 4 rebounds. But the Trailblazers getting after it as well. The difference in free throw percentage completely in their favor, and that's been the key to their success. LaMarcus Aldridge leads them in scoring. He's got 8 points, and his defense has been very solid. He's been bothering shots. He's keeping his hands active, making it difficult for guys to score on him. And that'll be all for now. Thanks so much for joining us. The third quarter just about to get underway.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. We're seeing a tremendous game from Eric Gordon.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort you're getting out of him.
Incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day.
Gordon is the two with Evans playing small forward. Anderson and Davis, they're in the middle. And it's Roberts in at the point. That's the Pelicans 5. Now, here is Robinson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Robinson's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. The Pelican shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%.
The big story in New Orleans, guys, is the change of the name. From the Hornets, a name that came with the team when they relocated from Charlotte, to the brand new Pelicans. Now, Pelicans might not be the most intimidating name around the league, but it does have a nice and special connection to the city and state.
Back to Batum. Pass to Mann. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. A moment now to look at the all-time list for blocks in a season. 7'4", Mark Eaton with 5.5 blocks a game. Wow.
That is a ridiculous number, Kevin. Eaton was a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. He was a fourth-round pick out of UCLA back in 1982. I'll tell you what, he sure panned out for the Jazz.
Well, Clark, and I really didn't know you knew this much about birds, but the brown pelican is indeed the state bird of Louisiana. Their numbers have rebounded dramatically after being hard hit by the Gulf spill. So a representation of the city's triumph, Steve, over great adversity.
Well, I'm happy it was something that is connected to the city. I'm talking about the name, the Pelicans, because remember, originally this team was known as the Jazz, and that made sense. Utah Jazz made no sense. New Orleans Hornets made no sense. New Orleans Pelicans make sense, guys.
Now we wondered how he was going to react to those sharp words that got
Sure
through
did.
social media. And look at Clark. I think he's answered that with some great play so far.
Boy, he's making a mockery of a certain NBA legend with
Yes.
how he's responded. I mean, a terrific job on his part to step up and hush the critics.
Now here is Davis. He's got 8 down low. It's stolen. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Yeah, it really does allow your offense to flow better. When you can get out and run and get easy opportunities, then everybody gains confidence.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, over the break, I listened in on what Terry Stotts had to say in his huddle. They need to get the ball into the post. He made that abundantly clear. Their entry passes haven't nearly been sharp enough for him. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris. Here's Flash. 7 points in the game. To the wing on the left. Lillard, the pass to Batum. 5 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Robinson misses. The Pelicans trail. The drive by Gordon. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Yeah, he's just embarrassing the defense right now because he didn't really need to double clutch there.
Lillard, the pass to Mann. All alone. Buries the jump shot. Flash has got 9.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And the shot is good. 20 points for Eric Gordon.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Lillard attacking with the teardrop, and it's good on the way in. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Here's Roberts. Kicks to Davis. Feeds it to Roberts. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Well, Damian Lillard joins the list of outstanding great point guards out of Oakland, California. You go back to guys like Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, even Brian Shaw.
Jeffrey Manning. 1:19 left to play in the third. Aminu dishes to Rivers. Portland grabs the miss. And Lillard has some connection to those great players in Oakland. He started high school at Jason Kidd's alma mater, St. Joseph.
Yeah, he also worked on his defense in the summer with Gary Payton. There's a really strong connection with those Oakland players, and Lillard just another in a long line of unbelievable talent coming out of the Bay Area.
Runaway Rookie of the Year winner. He was terrific.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway jumper, but he gets it to go.
Morrill kicks to Rivers. Rivers off a pick from Amundsen. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. Here's Manning. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And what a game for Flash. He's got 11 points and 3 blocks. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Yeah, he's really distributed well on the offensive side, and then ball hawking defensively. He's been impressive.
He hits both from the stripe.
Well, for the Portland Trailblazers, a new training staff hired over from Oklahoma City. They let go of their previous trainer who'd been with the team for 19 seasons. Fair or not, I think the seat got hot after all the injuries that were really devastating this team.
.24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Aminu, the pass to Miller. He feeds it to Morrill. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Smith, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot. Nice pass. That one was right on target.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a...
Next Monday night.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, this had to be the choice. It was an absolutely sensational feat, putting it way up there above the rim so that only his teammate could catch it. And not only does he do it, but he powers it down from there.
Yeah, the timing of these plays are just phenomenal.
No question.
And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Robinson and Aldridge down low. Flash out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. Count the bucket. And that's 15 points for Flash.
Now, it's hard to imagine them not running away with this game if they can continue to shoot the ball like they have been.
Steve, everything is falling for them this half, and they haven't had any empty possessions, scoring on every trip.
And here's Gordon from outside, and it's Portland with the rebound. Aldridge has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the lob to the hoop. Cashes in for a double-digit lead.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Here's Roberts, guarded by Lillard. Shot by Roberts, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Manning And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pelicans trail by 11. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Roberts kicks to Davis. Outside Gordon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Robinson sets a screen for Lillard. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
The Pelicans have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, one of the things you love about Aldridge is his offensive versatility. I mean, he's a big guy. It's obviously a threat in the post, but he's really worked to make himself a threat from the elbows, the edges of that foul lane area, and he's quite dangerous there, too.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Over that last break, I listened to the Pelicans head coach address his team. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
And going back to Aldridge, Clark, great skill, and for his size, you know, Steve, he can really move.
Good point, Kevin. Defenders try to front him in the post, and he'll continually roll right to the rim or across the lane to create a better passing angle for his guards.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Manning. Flash has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. The Pelicans shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Roberts dishes to Davis. No good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Gordon against Aldridge. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And it drops once again. The bucket from Manning. Flash has got 14 points here in the second half. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
And, guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight. Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
Now, you got to love his positioning. As the shot went up, he anticipated that play.
Lillard, the pass to Manning. Dishes it to Robinson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I don't know that you can really show his true value to this team based solely on numbers. I mean, with him, it's all about his work ethic and his desire, the way he gets after it.
And he is also a tireless worker under the glass, Steve. More than a few guys have been on the receiving end of one of his elbows when the rebound is up for grabs. He uses his body very well.
That free throw missing.
Robinson playing well. He has 8 points and 1 assist.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. Steve, looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, the blue is featured on the Louisiana state flag. Gold, Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents, Kevin.
And Roberts kicks to Gordon. Batum with the steal. Lillard outside. Lillard left side. And it's Robinson with the jam.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe. And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
In what's been a good season already, tonight's win will take their record to 50 wins, a big milestone here tonight.
You know, this is the 3rd consecutive matchup for them against these guys in the season series. It just seems to be a really good matchup for them.
Yeah, it does. And there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I think the sweep will be in order.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Flash. And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Lillard, the pass to Manning. It's good from about 19 feet. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Gordon off a pick from Anderson. 3-pointer. And it's Gordon missing.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
Manning, the pass to Aldridge. The jump hook, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
This is going to be a great game for them. No win on the road comes easy in the NBA. Nice performance.
Any player loves sending his own fans home happy. He loves even more sending opposing fans home miserable.
It's blocked. Here's Manning. Off target with that shot. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and